Hey everyone, Doku here. Guys, we just got a new developer interview about the new battle mode that's coming at the end of the month, January 31st. So let's get into it. This guy's talking about how the different intricates, implementations of the systems they tried, and then how they got to their final result that we will experience. So let's get to it. So, as we know, we also want an ultra competitive way to play against your friends. Takes gameplay bluffing and mind games to the next level. Introducing battle mode, which is what we're all hyped for. So battle mode pits two opponents against each other through multiple rounds. Each player starts with 10 health. Instead of queues, the stake is the health, and you drop your opponent to 0, you win. Alright? Stakes are front and center. Every snap and retreat takes extra meaning, as every point of health is critical to remaining alive. And further, each player's deck is locked for the duration of the battle. Basically, you're going to have all your tech cards and whatnot right into the mainstay of your deck, in the core of your deck. Okay? Now, this means you'll quickly learn which cards are in the opponent's deck, and they might be aware of what sneaky tricks you're hiding. Keeping track of what cards in your deck haven't been seen by your opponent can make all the differences in whether you can squeeze out an extra snap. So basically, you got to choose whether you want to actually go all out on one turn, hold out on your little tech card, play it at that point, and gamble it with a snap, take the extra lead. This seems like some interesting stuff. So we're going to get right into the design philosophy of it. One of more competitive head-to-head format for Marvel Snap. It is critical to us that we kept the ability to bluff and tactically retreat. Anything that's pointed, we bring those elements to the forefront. We also knew over a series of games, the mind games to learn anticipating opponents taking this specific playout was something that would add a ton of fun. Okay. If you're enjoying knowing what your opponent, so finally it's important to have a mode where it was clear who the winner and loser is. In a normal match, it's the wiggle room. There are no ties in battle mode. Okay. Aside from prove who is best among your friends, this will unlock the ability for the community to run Marvel Snap tournaments. Yeah, so basically there is no tying. I am curious what's going to happen if you tie with your opponent. What I'm going to guess is maybe you both take a hit of like 1 health. That's what I'm guessing. But there are no ties. Only winners and losers. Alright, so here comes the iterations that they worked on. While developing battle mode, we tried some things that ended up not quite working. We tried a bunch of different health values. We tried a mode where the reality stone transformed cards in your hand before each game. Okay, yeah, so basically, wow. That's wild. Developing in Unity was super easy to jump in and try out wild new ideas. I can see how infuriating that is. Like if you had like, for example, your Devil Dino in your hand, and then it gets transformed into M'Baku. I would be furious. Alright, early on we saw players playing no cards in game 1 and 2 to scout their opponent's decks, paying a couple of health to gain critical information. Back then health pools were much larger, so a couple of health meant very little, and as we lowered total health, those first couple of games could make all the difference. I'm actually glad they changed that. That would be a thing like, okay, I'm about to lose 2, max 4, right? 4 health if my opponent snaps, and I get to basically see what they play. Get some information, especially in a 12 card deck when there's not that much variety. Yeah, I'm glad they changed that. Battle mode takes about 20 minutes, but early play test between 2 players who retreat back and forth for a series of 1 health, it took much longer. Okay, so I guess the max timer for a set is 20 minutes, like from beginning to end. So it's gonna be curious, like if you retreat, to save yourself some time to get back into the game, like, oh, I'm running out of time, let me just retreat now, it's not worth it type thing. So be interesting to see. To keep battles around 20 minutes, we added high stakes rounds, which kick in starting on round 5. High stakes rounds start with the stakes at 2 damage, so it's much more deadly. Wow. So basically, if you're both retreating or your opponent retreat a few times, then it gets to that high stakes round where it starts off at 2, right? So now you snap. I'm thinking maybe you could punish your opponent for 6 at that point if you personally snap, but then they snap, it goes to like 8, and then the final one is all in, so 16. You're looking at the 16, so basically sudden death match. Wow. It's gonna be nutty. Another thing we learned was that if players took some early beats and were 1 game away from running out of health, they could snap with impunity, since it doesn't matter if they end up at 0 or -6. Yeah, Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I could see that. We wanted to reward players for early victory, so now you cannot deal more damage than you have health remaining. Yeah, okay, I can see you doing your back to the wall, like last gamble type things. So it's like, okay, I'm at 1, I can snap. He snaps for 4, I can snap for 8, and then I'm taking him because I don't no holds bar. I got nothing to lose. I got 1 health anyway, so I'm glad you could do that. Okay. It means that coming back from behind is possible, but those early victories aren't irrelevant. And the bluffing aspect of the snap remains intact since your opponent cannot risk health they do not have. Okay, so if you got the lead, or if you don't have the lead, I don't know. I guess if you had the lead, you could bluff. You'd be like, yeah, I'm bluffing. I already got the lead. I'm going to push you to your limit, even though I may not have the winning hand. That's kind of nice. So we're just getting started. Lounge Battle will allow players from the same matchmaking region to play against each other. We're working on global matchmaking. So I guess maybe it's like North America, South America, Japan. I think it's like that type of regional thing. I'm in North America, so I'm probably gonna have a huge base, but I can see how that can be a problem, especially if like you have someone who's visiting from another country, like other content creators and stuff like that. So I can see a little issue there. But, for the most part, yeah, especially for the communities. You got people in other countries coming in to try to play, and they probably can't participate because it's global, it's region locked. So we'll see how that works out. Wrapping it up, very excited for Battle Mode, out for everyone. It's been a true labor of love. Can't wait to see how players for the first cup. Alright, so yeah, this looks awesome. This sounds really good. It sounds like they addressed the issue of basically stalling it out, so you can't stall out too long. It's a high stakes round. Alright. They also addressed the issue of basically if you're at the bottom of losing, you could basically punish your opponent for being ahead by snapping them for 8 and taking their cubes like that. Because if you took the 8, really was a penalty. You weren't really penalized because you was already at 1. They're like, we're going to -6. Who cares? So and the timing, because I don't know if you guys knew from like Hearthstone, in the friendly matches, oh my goodness, there was no timer. So you basically was sitting there. There was no rope, so you could just sit there and wait all day long, and then make your play, and then you pass your turn. It was really bad. I mean, Blizzard addressed it later on, but yeah, when the tournament season first started, that was really bad. But yeah, I am so excited for this battle mode. I really am. I can't wait to like play with other communities, play my own community, play with you guys out there. Check in the comment. Actually, hit me up in the comments if you want to do a little tournament with yours truly. But yeah, that's basically it for the article. Sounds like they worked out decent amount of kinks. I'm hoping there's a spectator mode, but they did say, let me go back to it real quick. They did say that this will unlock the ability for the community to run Marvel Snap tournaments. So I'm assuming that there is a spectator mode. Let's just hope and pray. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.